Okay, it's another plant shopping day. We're heading to a family-owned greenhouse nursery that is just gorgeous. Now, spoiler alert, I'm not going to tell you a lot about it. You're just going to have to wait and see. And it's just absolutely beautiful is what I'll tell you. So grab your cup of coffee or your favorite beverage, sit back and enjoy the beautiful plants and the way that they have landscaped them and the different areas they've done that I'll try to show you. Okay, I'm out in their huge covered hosta area. And in the middle of a forest, it feels like. You feel like you're transported to a different time here. And they have went through and they have labeled each and every hosta. So just to give you an idea. So if you are a hosta lover, this would probably be the place for you. And I did see on their website, and I'll put their website in the description box below. And of course, this isn't sponsored or affiliated. I just like to take you to places that I enjoy and give you a view of maybe something that you aren't able to go to because it's not close by. We are in Illinois, and this nursery garden center is family owned. It's a husband and wife that started it, and it's about 2 hours outside of Chicago. So, and I don't know if I said they do mail order. So they mail order hostas and daylilies weekly. So you may want to check out their website if you see something that's interesting. But look at this. Is this not gorgeous? And I'm going to do a slow pan. And I'm just going to take you all around in here because they have this laid out. Just beautifully. So we're on stepping stones now. Well, actually, not even, I wouldn't even call them stepping stones. An actual path, a cement path that goes down. And can you hear the water? And they have a gazebo up there that you can set in. And you feel like you're in the middle of a forest. And that's the pathway we just came down. Look at this bench made out of a tree. Pretty cool. And then a path to go up. And what I like about this is a lot of their garden spaces, since they do label everything, it's really helpful if you want to see how something is going to look as it gets bigger. You know, because it's hard to tell when you buy a little plant in a quart or a gallon, how big is that little plant going to be? And like I had mentioned before, I'm a very visual person, so yeah, you can tell me, you know, 24 inches or 36 inches, but it's a lot easier if I can see, you know, look at this one. Look how big that fern is. So it helps you have a better visual perspective of what the plant's going to look like in the landscape. Look how beautiful this is. Oh, and the puppy's coming back. I don't know if he belongs here on the property or if somebody here that's shopping today brought him with, but he acted like he knew where he was going. He walked right by me. And the first time that I visited this place, a couple years ago, I just could not believe it. So if this is your first time seeing this nursery also, and you haven't been able to come here, if you're anywhere nearby or like to do a road trip, well worth the visit. It is just unbelievable. That's a unique tree, shrub. Oh, it smells wonderful. Kind of has that jasmine smell. Okay, and I just have to show you this. This isn't part of the greenhouse. This is part of the scenery. Look at that gorgeous view. It's very kind of hazy here today. Kind of like a foggy haze, but it's beautiful out. Probably low 70s. But what a beautiful view. Okay, so I am in the annuals and looking at all the different annuals that they have. Ooh, that's a pretty color. What is that? Supertunia persimmon. That's pretty. I think that was new this year. So to give you a quick look at the actual gardens, or not the gardens, the actual greenhouses. This whole entire thing is hostas. So they do specialize in hostas, and then they have trees and shrubs back here. They have annuals and herbs back in the back in those greenhouses back there. They have shady perennials up farther and daylilies. And then they also have a little garden area that has pottery and planters and that type of stuff. And then they have more different areas laid out with flowers that I just will take you through to walk through that are really pretty. So across the road is where we just came from, that goes down into that forest with all those hostas. They also carry all kinds of planters, all kinds of pottery, and they put them together by colors. So they have the blues and all different sizes and shapes, and then on this side they had some greens and some reds. The whites are back there. More across the way. Look at their tree pergola, I guess you'd say, that they built. That's pretty cool, with the hanging baskets on it. That wasn't here last year, so they've added that new. Let's go over and take a look at that. That's pretty intense with those trees. Wow. And they have some cool pottery for planters. Oh, here they took a tree and hollowed it out, a tree stump. Looks like it's getting ready to be a planter, maybe. They have a few of them scattered. Okay, so this whole entire long row, I'm going to pan all the way down. That's all daylilies, all different kinds of daylilies. So they specialize in that. And as you can see, we're kind of still down in the valley because it goes up. So we'll take a walk around there. Okay, look at the hostas. We're in the hosta area. That's a lot of hostas, guys. If you have the shade for it. I don't have many hostas because I don't have the shade. My yard is mostly sun, but they have all kinds of them. And they even have them in categories. Do you see their signs? Small hostas, medium hostas, large hostas, and they have them divided by how tall they get. Oh, giant hostas. Look at that bloom on that peony. Isn't that gorgeous? There's that one there. There's a real pretty pink one, dark pink with the yellow. This is more of a, looks like a darky pink, then it turns to more like a lavender color. Now I've seen this one last year, I think it was. Let me go around to the other side where the actual tags are. Because there was one I seen last year that I liked here, that I thought was really pretty. Oh, yeah, it was Julia Rose. I thought that one was pretty. And it's pretty spent right now, it looks like. But last year when I was here, I thought it was really, it had a nice color to it once it was opened. Well, this one's called First Arrival. Oh, look at the bloom on that, guys. Compared to my hand, look how huge that is. What is that? Oh yeah, that's pretty. And across the way is more statues and concrete and different yard art. I always thought this was pretty. The girl reading the book. If you had the yard for that, that would be really pretty out in your yard. I see some fountains. Now my window baskets on the garden house, the actual wrought iron front ones and the side ones, I bought them here at this garden center. I don't see that they have any this year, but I purchased the two bigger ones that are on the side last year here, and then the fall before that I purchased the two on the front. I originally purchased the two on the front and thought I was just going to do the two and wasn't going to do any more. And then after seeing it, I changed my mind the next season and decided I wanted, and I remembered that they had two bigger ones, and I even looked at them in that fall and thought, no, I don't know where, and that was before I even had the garden house. And then that's the little shop, and it has all the little garden stuff in it also. So they have outside and inside. They have a pretty stone table with stone seats. Look at all the delphinium in bloom that they have. That's pretty. And they also did the same thing. Medium tall for sunny perennials. And then on this side, medium tall, and I think the smaller ones are down farther. But they have foxglove. And I really like foxglove, but I have a hard time with foxglove not being just like an annual for me in my garden. I've tried it a couple different places and over the years, and it usually does not come back for me, so I have to just treat it like an annual. And I've not bought any baptisia yet, and I'm thinking about doing that. I'm not sure where I would put it yet though, because it is kind of big. And I don't know that I have a good spot, and that's what held me back last year. I just don't have a real good spot for it, but I do think it's pretty. So maybe if I come up with a spot that I need some. This is a cute little, oh, and it's really soft, a little like pine tree. Yeah, it says it is a firefly golden oriental spruce. Wonder how big that gets. That's pretty. I like that chartreusey color to give it different. If I back up so you can see the difference that it plays with the dark greens and the purples. It's a nice accent. Oh, and that's going to be blooming here real shortly. Do you see all the pretty purple flowers for the wisteria? It's loaded. Oh, and there's a yellow baptisia. More alliums. Some big clematis, or not clematis, big hostas. Some great big hostas. That's kind of a unique evergreen tree. It's very, very tall. Very tall and skinny. I don't have a spot for it, but that is a cool shape of a tree. Here's a backed up view of the area. It looks like they have some grapes over here. Now this is also, not only is it a garden center greenhouse, but the family then has since built, they call it the barn, and it's a venue, and it is just gorgeous inside. The last time we were here, my daughter and I went inside thinking they do an annual event here where it's like an artesian market where they have vendors come and set up things for sale, and we thought they had vendors inside, so we went inside too, and they didn't have vendors inside, but they let us look around, and it is just gorgeous. And then the last time I was here last season, I came by myself in an afternoon, like a Saturday afternoon, and they were setting up for a wedding, and they do outdoor weddings here out in that area over there. And they had the white chairs out there and the arbor, and then you can see they kind of, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but they have lights over there, you know, like fairy lights throughout, and it was just beautiful and perfect weather. And I thought, what a wonderful day and venue to get married at. It was just so pretty. So we're going to walk down to the little kids area that they set up. And they have like picnic tables set up. So I think people even probably do picnics, bring their, you know, especially if you're making this a destination day trip, bring a picnic lunch and set out here. And if you have little kiddos, they can play. And the one time I was here, there was kids all over having a good time playing. They have Kathy's Kitchen, and looks like a little sand area for them with some toys over there, and then a little hideaway for them, little cutout hideaway for them to go in. I bet they have a blast doing that, and it ends up out in that little sand area. But just a nice big open space to bring your kiddos to run around and play and be outdoors and look at plants. You know, we want to start them young, liking plants and gardening, and put that love of nature in our kiddos. Thanks for coming along with me today. I hope you enjoyed the tour.